But today we are diving deep into what it is that the universe is bringing to you in the next 24 hours to the 24 days. Why 24? Because it's a number of balance. If you divide 24 into 2, taking out the mathematics of the way to divide, but just taking the two numbers apart, it will be 2 and then 4. 4, you take division into 2, and it will be 2, 2, 2, 2. So, now, what it is that we have in this beautiful, amazing chest. We have the beautiful amethyst. It's just a beautiful necklace with a beautiful third eye. And we have the Two of Cups, a beautiful card indeed. And it is gorgeous. Pile number 1. This is yours. Now a number pile, then pile number 2. Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups and the beautiful jasper. This jasper took me months. When we're talking about months, we're talking about 6 months or more, so I can find a true pure jasper. I was very obsessed at that time to find one, and until one day, without looking for it, I find it, and it's very rare. It was from a very beautiful ocean, and yeah. And then again, the 10 of Cups. Beautiful, amazing card. Okay. And then we have the red jasper with justice. So we have the beautiful red jasper jarred. And we have the card Justice. Beautiful. Now I will give you a couple minutes, you beautiful souls and beautiful family. And when you're ready, pick your pile, click on the description below to your timestamps, and if it doesn't appear in your video, and see you in your reading. Now, if you guys would like to pick up your piles with your zodiac signs, then give me 1 second. I'm back. And we're gonna pick this one decided to go here. Okay, perfect. So pile number 1, we have Aries, we have Gemini, we have Cancer, we have Libra, we have Virgo for pile number 2, we have Pisces on pile number 2, we have Capricorn on pile number 2, and Leo on pile number 2. I don't know why I cannot speak. Pile number 3, Taurus, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and of course Aquarius. So now that you guys have taken that out of your way, and this is the way that you guys want to pick your pile, I will now see you on your reading. Bye. Okay, so when I was moving all of this one wanted to stay. I don't know, you will have to believe me. That's either proof or not. I had the video on recording pause in order to doesn't take much memory and also not to be edited much. But let's go now. in your leading cards, let's go. Whoop. We have, first of all, this one wants to come out. There you go. All right. And then this is fun for me because this was on a natural gummies, organic gummies, and each of them had a card with an animal. So I just want to use this as a leading card. Okay. Oh, this one wanted to come out. Okay. All right. Now, deep breathe. We have here with 19. Mirror, mirror. The beauty you see is me, is reflection of you. Beautiful. And then we have here the bear. And first of all, interesting enough, we have a number 7 with an eye. And it is just very interesting how that is there. Not quite sure the reasons why I am having interested right now about this, but I just am. It's a little investigator, like lupa in Spanish is, but I forgot how to call this. But it's like for seeking evidence and differences. And right now I can see here a difference between these two beautiful bears, and this bear has like a little leaf on top of it holding it, and this one doesn't. And then this bear has a baby on top, and this one is alone. But we will see how this becomes aligned with your reading. Now, I forgot to put the light. Let's pause this and I will be back with the light. All right, that is so much better. Now we can start. So, first of all, if you are in this pile, you choose this pile rather with the 2 of Cups card or the beautiful amethyst little bottle. And then if you also chose by your signs, zodiac signs, then you have Gemini, Aries, Libra, and Cancer. This is just different ways of people aligning with their pile. Now, as I was saying before, when I was moving all of the cards and putting everything on order, I pulled and this stay right next to it. So let's see what it is that the 2 of Cups wants to tell you right at the bat. Oh, the 2 of Wands upside down. So, in the closer to your 24 hours to 24 days, starting from 24 hours to 24 days, there is something in your life that you've been fighting for a lot, because we have here deep breathe with 19, which is a number that if you align them together, 1 plus 9 equals 10, which is 10 is a number of completion, but also a number that if you take the 0 out becomes a new beginning, which is a number 1. And then we have mirror, mirror on the wall. The beauty that you see is me. It is the reflection of you. And then we also have here the bear, which again, it was very interesting for me, which makes sense. You're looking for evidence. You're trying to find something. You're trying so much to, I heard, manifest. And then we have here Grain Panda. The power within you, it is all by trusting that it doesn't matter if you're alone or that one little detail has changed or shifted in your life will change in a wrong way. The course of your life won't change in a wrong way. The universe is like assuring you this right now with this 2 Wands upside down. because two of wands is a hard worker, is a go-getter, is a unified mindset, is a team player. And you've rather been doing all of that in your life, trying so hard to accomplish the Two of Cups, which is balance, which is abundance, which is blessings, which is family, love, union. And it has not worked. And you, again, we have the number 2 very loud and clear in your reading, because again, as I said on the beginning, when you were seeing your options for picking your pile, this was extremely loud when I was explaining that 24 hours or from 24 hours to 24 days, and then if you divide the 4 and 2 becomes 2, and then if you see number 2 and then 2 2 2, it becomes a triple 2 in your life. It becomes a very angelic number, a very supported number, a very elevated number of balance, of teamwork, of trusting, because number 2 requires a lot of trust. And I'm having very difficulty saying words, which means that you're tired. You're extremely tired of trying to make it work. I heard. Trying to make it work is not your cue to go any longer. The universe doesn't want you to try to make it work any longer. No more trying. More walking towards your life is going with the rhythm of what it is arriving, and trusting that what is arriving is necessary. For example, I'm gonna use a personal example. A couple days ago, I was deciding, I have a beautiful book that I have created for manifesting, but also visualizing. This book I created myself. It glows in the dark, and it's a beautiful book. I call it the Vision Book. And, I Photoshop myself here with my goals, many different things, because I'm a musician. So, and I just started putting all of my goals, creating all of this magical world and land in my, vision book. But then, and each of them has a specific goal. But then, 2 days ago, I decided to sit down and have no goal at all. I just went with the flow. And I swear to you, I went to a trance. I felt very connected with God, or creator, however you feel aligned to call it, the creator of all of us and everything. And I just felt very aligned. And it looks beautiful. It doesn't look like the other ones, but it looks unique, and it looks inspiring. It looks curious. It makes you want to see why it doesn't look like the other ones. And it makes you want to read more. It makes you want to explore more, right? And by doing that, I was not having no focus at all. And as you can see here, there's a person here. There's a gift box somewhere around here, and I thought, this is a gift from blessings and miracles in my life, of peace and love and tranquility. And I didn't even thought about abundance in a specific way of financial, or love, which is one of the most common ones, right? I thought about more as me, loving me and being careful for me and being caring for me and being aligned with God and just being in peace, and don't thinking was my goal in that moment, which I completely accomplished. And then when I grabbed this bag right here, I said, this purse, it is not full of money, but full of blessings, miracles, peace, and tranquility. And I made my purse in that moment full of blessings and miracles and peace and tranquility, and not even mention abundance in the financial world. When we mention abundance, majority of people think about money or love. So in my case, I'd even mention that word. And miracle happened 30 minutes after. All of a sudden, I got 2,000 almost dollars deposited in my bank account that I was completely not expecting. I finally got a call for a job that I really, really wanted for me, that allows me to be more aligned and closer to the, nature, and work outside of nature, and just in a beautiful way, connecting with my alignment of, creative mode and crafting, and in touch with childs, and all of this fun, very cool things that I am into. So what I'm saying it is, when we let go and we will truly empty our souls and our brains and our mindsets and our thoughts and our worries, and when we truly let go of the pressure of wanting to bring, and we just don't think about bringing or pulling or manifesting, and we just think about what we have in that moment, that for me, it was a trans touch with God, and I felt his love, and I felt the abundance of it. I felt the energy of peace and tranquility, and I felt it. And then very easily, everything started manifesting in one day. So this is what the universe is telling you. And it's very interesting, because every single time that I do this type of readings, it's very aligned with what the frequency and energy that I am right now, which is very important for you, meaning that you are increasing your frequency, meaning that you are truly, even if it doesn't look like it right now, even if you sometimes have bipolar moods and swings, which I'm not saying you're bipolar, I'm just saying that that's the only way that we can actually picture our mood swings. And it's just that you're shifting, you are cleansing, you're decluttering the old energies, the old mindsets, the old fears, and then there's days that you feel empowered, like this one that happened to me, and it's okay. The most important trick in here, important part in here, it is not to obligate your soul, your mindset, your body, your spirit, the energy, the frequency, the gathering of angels, and your family, and galactic family, and ancestry family, and whatever it is that you believe in. Because if you believe in it, it's because it is there, because it is in your life. Whatever it is, trying to grab it, what you're doing is fighting it. Because try to grab a kid to give them a kiss and a chick without they wanting it, or the kid is going to run away from you, or going to pull you away, because kids don't play around. They're like, don't touch me, and mostly in this type of century that we are. So that's what happens with frequency and energies and manifestation and mindsets and thoughts. And when you're too hard on yourself because you saw yourself have a little flaw or fall, or you just have a moment of difficulty, the most important part is not to stay in that part and feel sorry that you did something wrong. Try to fix it as much beautiful that you can in the way that is letting it go. If you need to say sorry to somebody, just say sorry to somebody. If you need to be a very child energy, of loving energy, then just do so. That's just, if you're not being abused, then you're doing a good use by being you, by being love. Okay? Ooh, this card wanted to talk very fast. Then we also have here the King of Cups. Hello. Talking about compassion and being yourself and being kind to yourself and aligning yourself to, not pressure yourself or your energies or your family or your galactic family and angels and frequencies. It literally is telling you. And it's in Pisces, which is all about that. It's all about love, about kindness, about child energy, because Pisces have this very huge, pure child energy. I should know this. My significant other is a Pisces, and he has that in his eyes. So the universe is telling you, just grab that energy that is being given to you right now. Approach it with love, grab it with love, take care of it, but also use it. It's been given to you to use it. It's not been given to you to let it go and just put it out a picture and hang it on the wall and then just pass through it. It is being given to you to give a use to it. This energy is being given to you to align yourself with something more important. Okay? And into your passions, I heard. Okay, I am very interested of what it is that, because I heard there's something very important. I've been hearing this, very important that is going to happen to you in the couple 4 days. Okay, which aligns with the days of 4 and 2, because it's 24 hours, 24 days. What is happening in this person's life? Or what happened in this person's life 4 days ago? Okay, what happened? Because it falls very, very fast. And it falls like this, so let's do it like that. What happened in this person's life 4 days ago? Whoa, it really wants to talk about 4 days ago. There we go. So, this illusion, moon, okay, and it is when so I like to call these cards when art like this, that they fall like this, and I feel, and literally I feel it in the tip of my fingers, the power that it needs to be this way for a reason, is because I call it basically the bridge. This is the bridge card. This is acting right now as a bridge card, and you're having a bridge between yourself, and listen to this, Pisces again comes in here in conjunction with also the moon. So we have Pisces, energies of child energy in here, very loud and clear. And I just noticed they write here Pisces wrong, and then in here they write it correctly. That is very interesting, because both signify the same thing. I understood what it means. I understood the meaning of it. So I heard, not everything needs to look the way that you've been taught of, or the way that you've been stubbornly thinking that it needs to look. Not every blessing needs to look the way that you're picturing it. For example, and again, another personal example. For example, I am a very huge psychic. So much is being increasing in a very huge way, powerful way, as people can call it, mind-blowing way. Couple of days, this past weekend, me and my significant other went to a beautiful travel to the past. Basically, we went to a beautiful place and Airbnb, and this was no air conditioner. This was toilet was just a pit on in the beautiful mountain that they had. The shower was same thing, and just it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. It reminded me of many beautiful memories that I had with my Grammy, that I used to call my Grammy, because basically she adopted me as her granddaughter. And it just reminded me of a lot of beautiful mindset. But the point here, it is not that. The point here it is that morning I woke up with this beautiful, weird dream, but with this beautiful not understanding of it. Why you're saying beautiful if you didn't understood it? It was a very confusing dream. Why? Because I had a dream where I normally have predictions through dreams, and I can recognize it for a specific way that I wake up. My body wakes up in an energy that I recognize, and I know that it's a prediction. When I, travel to the past or past lives, I know that it's a past life. I feel it. I can recognize it by my frequency and energy. And when it's just a dream, then I recognize that it's just a dream, which I don't believe any dream is just a dream. Just dreams brings messages, not predictions, just a message of comfort or healing or empowerment. But the point here is, I didn't recognize this energy. This was a very different energy that never felt before. And I was hearing my podcast on GFL station on YouTube. I recommend it. It's amazing. They're always aligned, always on point, and just beautiful. And they were talking about, there's some people view that their powers are being empowered more. They're becoming more stronger. They're becoming more aligned. They're becoming more stable. And it's becoming to you in dreams that you don't understand, energies that you don't recognize, but this means this and that. And I was, that makes sense, because this dream, I say to my boyfriend, it doesn't feel like it's this or that or this. It's a brand new energy. I don't recognize it. I'm very interested to know what it means. It was a car accident. I have the most straightforward dream. And in less than 2 hours, that dream, that prediction came reality. The girl that had the car accident, her face, everything but her clothes was exactly the same thing. I saw exactly how it was going to happen. I felt the same energy that was happening in that moment when we were driving towards that beautiful getaway that we were doing. And then when it happened, my boyfriend even recognized it because it was so subtle. Like, nobody will recognize that that person was going to have an accident. But I did, because I recognized the energy. And then moving like crazy. And then it happened exactly how I saw it. The difference wasn't in my dream, was a car that it was my car. And supposedly the car accident happened with my car. I recognized it was my car, but in the same time, the car was not mine. It was somebody else. It was very confusing. And then that somebody else was the girl that had the accident, exactly same girl. We stopped to make sure, we called 911, and then I walked towards her to make sure that she was okay, because she was touching her head, so I thought she was bleeding. And in the second that I got close to her, into the car, I saw another vision of what happened in the car, which was that they were having a disagreement, and they were basically having a fight in the car. And that drove them to have a car accident. So they were not having a good conversation. And then she's like in shock, like, what the heck are you doing here? Go, you're not a person that I know. Because I was just staring at her having the vision. I was not realizing that I was taking a long time to even say something. And then I touched my chest and I'm like, oh my God, you scare me. Are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen, no fight, no argue is worth this that just happened. Please, next time, be careful driving. You drive very cool, I said, because she had a very sport car meant to do, drive fast and etc. But no fight, no arguing is worth this. You guys could risk your life. And she's like, wait, how? How? And I'm like, it's fine. I'm glad that you're fine. I'm glad that both of you are safe. Please just be safe. And I walk out, but the girl was in shock that I knew what happened when all of that happened. This is what the universe is telling you. Why I'm telling you all of this. The reason why I'm telling you all of this is because I realized something when we were finally out of that situation, and me and my boyfriend were talking, and I'm telling him, hey, wait a second, I just realized that there was the same girl of the dream. Holy mother, like, holy crap. The only difference was the clothes and, of course, the car. And I was very shocked, because then I realized that I had a prediction exactly the same way. Different car and different clothing. That was all. And I was, like, in shock. And I was in shock of me being in shock that much. Okay? Let me explain to you what I mean. Because I was so in shock about how fast and how straightforward I was in shock about all of that, but also shock about being in shock. I don't know if you guys get me, and then I realized this happened almost exact with little differences and little tiny changes and subtle changes. But imagine that I was not prepared, because if I was in shock in that moment because of how straightforward everything went, imagine myself if I didn't have these subtle tiny changes. I will be in the car having the knowledge of this, having exactly the same replica of how this movie was going to happen, basically, to picture a picture in your head, that I can provoke me and my boyfriend to have a car accident because I'm desperately saying to him, that person is gonna have a car accident, and I'm gonna freak out my boyfriend. We could put us in a dangerous position because I was not ready to know how powerful my gift was and is. So imagine that I had the exactly thing. So the reason why we need to slowly and politely, like I say, go into one step, because when you receive something very powerful, when you are in your life, this is coming together, a message. Oh yes, it's coming together. When in your life, and if you're still here, it's because you're ready to receive the message. If you were about to walk out and decided to stay, congratulations, this message for you. It just completed the powerful message that it's bringing for you. Because what they are saying, when you are meant and you have a very strong and powerful gift in your life that you're meant to use, for whatever, I don't know, okay? Let's just overthink it. Let's not overthink it. And you're meant to use this powerful tool, a powerful tool that it can shock you and others right now in your mindset and your mentality right now, like it happened to me. It needed to happen that way for me in order to I can start getting used to of how powerful my gift and my power is. Because if I received it all at once, which I used to be like that when I was a little girl, but when you're a little girl, you have less worries. You don't need to worry about anybody. You're completely isolated from the supposedly real world, which is a bush crap. That's not the real world. That's the programmation that has been brought by society in order to you can be out of the actual freedom and become inside of a bubble, which is called society and the daily life basis things that we need to do. When we are childs, we don't worry about that. We trust more our intuition because we're child. We are not having any bad thoughts. We don't have worries. We don't have all of this stuff unless you're going through a very rough path. And even like I was, my book of my life and my album is coming soon too, and it explains to you how I got to be this powerful. But even the life that I went through, and even like that, I still have goodness in me and still light and love. So the universe is telling you, in order to you can become what you already are, the power that you have and hold within, that has just been sitting there, it's never been gone, it's just been sitting there, you need to start getting a little bit of taste of them. A little bit and a little bit and a little bit. It's like a hot Cheeto. You eat the first one, and it's hot maybe for you. For me, it's not. I probably eat the half of it in the bag, and that's when I feel it. But you know, you grab the first Cheeto, and may you feel the hot of it, or may you not, depends. And then you grab a second Cheeto, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my mouth. Or maybe you're like, it's coming there. Whatever is how many Cheetos it is. And you need to increase how many Cheetos you need to eat in order to actually can feel the heat, right? In order to you can realize how strong is actually the hot Cheetos. That is what is happening in your life right now. That's what is happening in your life right now. You're finally realizing how powerful you are. Your gifts are finally showing to you. And look at this. Your gifts right now are finally showing to you that you're there. You don't need to share or do anything to make others happy. You don't need to find another partnership in any kind of way. You don't need to find more help. You just need to let it sit. Believe. Faith. Be aligned. Let your third eye open. Let your water run free. Don't fight the river. Be the river. And you're probably, what are you talking about? Be the river. When you throw a piece of wood on the river, it first fights the way up. But then you see how calmly that piece of wood becomes one with the river. And wherever the waters go, that piece of wood goes. Because it's no longer fighting with the oxygen between it. They're now becoming one. So now the water is being the vessel of these wood, because the wood trusts that it will arrive safe, allowing water to drive. So be the water, be the river. The water doesn't get hurt when it touches the stones and the rocks. It breaks, but it's still water. It still runs. It keep on going. It never goes away. It doesn't disappear. For example, a hurricane. The only thing that it will not be affected by a hurricane is the skies. The skies are vast and opened and free. With the flow, with everything. That's the only thing that it doesn't get affected by any hurricane or any actual atmosphere. Because even when a meteorite goes through the atmosphere, these skies are still there. It doesn't disappear. That's us. It doesn't matter what we go through, you still here. So then just be the river, be the sky. And finally trust. Let it be. Literally. That's what the universe is telling you that is coming to you. See, because you're being your own overcast. And look how interesting it is that there's a huge stone on the skies with clouds. The Two of Swords with Libra and Mesa around. And a creasy moon too. And then when you finally let this clear out by its own, because the hurricane is not going to be there forever, all right? Then you get the Queen of Cups. And the corona, it says here, wortlets. You're going to be crowned. Because you have trusted with your kind heart, with the gentle love, that everything will unfold perfectly. The Nine of Swords. That everything needed to be decluttered, I heard. Everything needed to be decluttered. I have no clue what I am doing right now with this, but I'm just being called to do it for some reason. Now, that's what happened to you the 4 days ago. You've been through a hell of a ride. And now you're going to a heaven ride. Oop, you have 4 cards here. See? 4 of Cups. Yep. 10 of Pentacles. Oh my God. 10 of Wands. Magic creation. You're literally are gonna be becoming the magic himself. And the Ace of Swords. There is nothing that is gonna stop you. When you trust, when you let it be, you become more stronger than you think. You become more stronger than you appear. You have the 10 of Swords. You become the protector. That's how powerful you are. You're a protector. It comes natural for you. We have here the King of Cups. Look at this. I am stunned by this, because after you have chosen from now on to just let it be the river, be the skies, you're gonna shine so bright. I heard you're gonna shine so bright. There's a song on my album that talks about that. You shine so bright, let the light go, be yourself, shining bright on the skies. So that's exactly what is happening to you. 5 of Pentacles. A rest. It's a time for you to rest. I heard it should be here. Now you need to become your own bed. Not a bed of a bed, but the bed of the skies, water. A bed that never ends. A bed that never gets destroyed. Because there is something that a lot of people say, one day we're going to run out of water. That is not true. We literally have veins of water in Earth. It is ridiculous. Stones themselves produce water. There will never be a moment where Earth will be having no water. If we have no water, it's because they have cut your water off, literally. But you can go to a river and constantly see it. Even if the river is very dry, you can start pulling inside of your earth until you find a vein, and boom, water behold. There will never be a moment when Earth will be running out of water. There will be never a moment where Earth will be running out of the sky. Even if this is gonna start off, okay? Even if the planet Earth cuts in half, if you're still alive inside of Earth, half of the planet, and you look up, there's the sky. It doesn't matter how it looks, it's just a sky. It's there. You cannot touch it. That's you, that's your soul, that's what you were meant to do here. This is the transformation that you're going through. This is what you've been through for the past 4 days. This is what's starting to happen to you in the 24 hours to 24 days. Get ready, because there is months of blessings when you finally become these skies, when you finally become the water, the river. Congratulations, my love. This is huge, and it will sound very strong, and it will sound very steady, and it will sound very, that's not much, but all of this I have gave you, use it very proudly, because it's a lot. It is beautiful and it's a lot. So see you on the next time, and don't forget to subscribe, comment down below a beautiful butterfly, because you have butterflies everywhere here, or a fairy. Tons of fairy, and I have tons of fairy. So let's just do a fairy or a butterfly. Love you. Much love. See you in the next time. Pile number 3. If you're here, it's because you have chosen this pile, of course. Why other reason you will be here? Okay. So, we'll be back. I will place all of this for you and start your reading. Okay, we're ready. If you're here, it's because you have chosen your pile other than with the Ten of Cups, beautiful card for you, or the beautiful Jasper. And then if you've chosen the pile with your zodiac signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, and Pisces are here for you. And those are the different ways that you have had options to choose your pile. Now, oh, this fall in here. This fall again. Okay, so when I was cleaning all of it and then sharpening and just, you know, going with the cleansing of each pile of my cards, oracle cards and tarot cards, one of these ones that is the new moon fall for you. So let's just leave it there again because it really wants to come out. Let's leave that again. Okay, so let's put this right here and here. Okay, so let's see the guiding. I don't know, let's just keep going. It will have to come out if it needs to. One of the guiding cards for this reading, what it is happening in the 24 hours of this one to 24 days. Okay, we have this one right here. What is happening on the 24 hours to, there we go. Okay, let's put it right here. I'm ready. So now this is something that I had on one of the organic what am I doing, candies, and they were each of them with a card, so it will be very funny for me to, not funny because it's actually helpful. It has animals and whoop, this one wanted to come out. Okay. Now, this one wants to come out too. Okay. Alright, I just heard no. Oh, not there. Here. Okay, got it. So, we have here, this came upright to the other pile. For you guys came upside down. The Two of Swords upside down. We have the Six of Swords. All right, let's see this upright. We have the Five of Swords upright. And then we have the new moon upside down. Interesting, because it came upright. So let's leave it as a point of, I keep forgetting the name, a point of, oh Lord, a breach. I call this a bridge. And the bridge, it sounds bad. And I felt this one goes here. Okay. Family with the 23. Interesting. And then we have witch medicine. Connect with earth. Okay. And then we have the peacock. Wow. And then we have different options in here with the peacock. And one of them is holding a red flag. And this is different type of designs that we're looking for. Okay, let's see. All of a sudden I got very tired, sleepy, extremely sleepy. Whew. You've been troubling so much. I don't know, physically or emotionally, experience based on your family or life. but you have gone through a hell of a road. And this have made you very, very tired. You're tired. I don't know if you're physically tired, emotionally tired, all of the above. But I hear this is what happened to you for the past years. 4 years, I hear. You've been betrayed. You've been given the wrong directions constantly. They tell you to do something, you do it, and then it comes wrong. And you're like, why is this working for other people but not for me? Hello. And you're constantly in the middle of conflicts. You're constantly trying to figure out something, trying to solve a problem, trying to make everything work. In many ways, not quite sure. I feel that if it wasn't because of the energy of somebody that you consider family or your family members, you wouldn't be here seeing this video. And the universe is giving you a brand new start. From here to 24 hours to 24 days, you're having a medicine given to you, a natural frequency, energized, based spiritual medicine. The universe is transforming you into the most beautiful peacock. You will have eyes everywhere. There will be nobody that it can stand with more contradictions, with more betrayal. There is no betrayal. If you came here from the pile number 1, I gently and kindly, with all of my love, will tell you, run and get out of this pile, because this is nothing to do with the pile number 2. Don't confuse your energies. I normally say this because most of the time, rarely my energies of each reading and piles will align. And if they do so, in the end of me finishing all of the readings, I will say that in the beginning in order to give you the option to be okay with it. But normally my readings go ahead completely far away from each other. But you're becoming a peacock. You're gonna have eyes everywhere, and may the peacock, we don't know this, okay? We have no idea if this is true or not, but maybe the peacock doesn't have all of these eyes, but maybe the spirituality of them do. That's why they're gorgeous and beautiful and empowered, you know? They're very intimidating. That's who you're becoming. You're becoming an intimidated person. The 2 of Pentacles upside down tells me that you are done trusting everything that everybody tells you. You're done trusting anything that anybody, you know, shares with you that is supposedly the best way to do things. You're doubting everything that you were standing for before. You're becoming the 10 of Cups, a person who is surrounded with her own cups, with his own waters, with their own creations, with their own music. She's holding a beautiful guitar here, with their own beauty, without paying attention at all what type of sky around. See, if you come from the pile number 1, please go, because this is gonna confuse your reading. This has nothing to do with the examples that I used on the first reading. Pile number 1. The skies here are very dark, very, you know, rainy, it looks like. But you can see her playing the guitar like there is nothing happening behind her. There is just, what you saying? Behind me is there a storm? I don't see it. My reality is just I have 10 cups in front of me, right open in there. One here dropping, another one extra in here dropping the blessings. I have more than 10 cups. I have extra cups in here for my life. I have a beautiful sunset that is coming, sunshine and rainbows around here. That is the view that you're becoming. That is what's coming for you. You're becoming a peacock. The 4 of Pentacles. You're gonna fly. You're gonna fly. If you used to be so tired of going everywhere and not having anything, you're renewing your life. You're becoming a new you. There is no recognition at all. Nobody will recognize who you are in a good way. People will be shocked of the power, and you're going to be a very intimidating person. That's why the moon here when new beginnings comes, because you're literally having and creating your new beginnings. You're literally transforming your life in a sense that nobody thought that you could be capable of transforming. And we have here the High Priestess upside down. What is this High Priestess? And the King of Pentacles. Yep. They're saying you already went through a transformation before, but then you fall back into old habits that you had before. And the universe is saying you have learned your lesson. You have abandoned yourself again before to become an old you that it was a people pleaser. And you notice that it never drives you anywhere. It keeps giving the same energy, the same chaos. And you're ready for something new. I just felt to shake this up. One more time, they're saying. What is the brand new energy from 24 hours from now into 24 days that is going to arrive in this beautiful pile number 2? Tell me I am. Urge to know. So, ooh, whoa, blessings. I just heard blessings are falling like river. Oh, wow. And they will come upright. You have here the King of Swords. No more running, I heard. No more fighting. You have the Four of Swords. No more wandering. No more people pleasing. Now you become the hermit. Now you are surrounded peace. Now you're surrounded tranquility. And you're not going to let that go. You've been having the small glimpses of your life and the tastes of peace and understanding and tranquility, and sometimes you see like everything falls so easily in one day, and you're like, whoa, I need to have more experience of this every day of my life. This is the days that I need. We were meant for, God didn't put us here. And if you don't believe in God, then the creator, the energy source, however it is that you want to call it, whatever it is that you believe in, didn't put you here on earth to suffer, to think that we need to go through a process in life of struggle in order to make it worth it, and that we're worthy of receiving something. Like, we're not meant to suffer and go through traumas and to go through tribulations and chaos and pain and sorrow and bleeding to be worthy of anything. You're worthy of beauty in self alone, just because. And that's it. And don't ask, how do you say? No. Shh. You're worthy of everything that you desire that is beautiful. If you're not hurting physically, anybody, or consciously, emotionally, anybody, you deserve everything beautiful for you. And even if you're doing so, you deserve beauty. You're just not giving it. So you're not going to receive it. But until you give it to yourself first, because when you do that to others, it's the reflection of yourself in the mirror, and that's what you're doing. You're hurting yourself, literally, because you're the one receiving consequences. But it doesn't matter what it is, the scenario in your life. We are here to be happy, to have beauty, to have peace, to have love, to have tranquility, to have abundance, to have emotions, to have rush of beauty and power within. And that's it. The universe is telling you that's what you deserve. That's what all deserve. And yes, it can be possible. Whoa. Oh my God. The moon again, new beginnings. I'm telling you, you already went through. That's the reason why it came like this. because you already went through the river of your life of becoming a new beginning. Again, this is why they wanted me to place this in here. You already went through that process. You already became that person that you wanted so much, and then you abandoned it. You abandoned that person, and now you're like, screw this. King of Pentacles, the moon here, new beginnings. You're like, this was a fade away happiness, I heard. This was a fade away happiness in my life, and I am not having it anymore. This time, and I heard, let's divide this right here. This time, you let go of this past forever. You're letting it go. And now you're becoming this new beginning, this new you, thriving with tranquility and peace. Oh, King of Pentacles, full of blessings and love. The Three of Cups, flying blessings, literally of freedom. Freedom, new beginnings and freedom is what is arriving in your life. Literally. There's nothing else to add in here for you but that. This is beautiful. And let me tell you how empowered you're gonna be. That you're gonna be contagious. You're gonna be contagious. I felt one, 5, and 2. Universe is telling me this, for some reason, needs to be important for you, is important, or will be important. We have 1 again, 1st house. And then we have Gemini. And if I'm not wrong, this is Venus. So literally blessings and renewal and growth and abundance, alignment. You're gonna be contagious. Your blessings, your energy, your frequency, who you're becoming from 24 hours to 24 days, it is gonna be contagious and it's gonna be beautiful. And what you're gonna bleed out is gold in a good way. You're transforming into a peacock. Gold. You're gonna be a blessing that flies and be contagious to the world. Congratulations, my love. It was a short message, but it was a beautiful. Oh, wait. And 5 of Pentacles. You're gonna rest on tranquility. Ha! The Hermit. This is beautiful. I'm telling you this, you're gonna be contagious. Your power, your blessings, your beauty, everything is gonna be contagious. And you have the Ten of Wands in here. You're gonna help others healing their energies just by being around them. That's how powerful you are. Well, my love, first of all, I'm proud of you. And second of all, what a reading. See you next time. Comment below a beautiful peacock or a moon. And see you soon. I am so blessed and happy that you allow me to read this beautiful message for you. See you in the next time. So, now we're back. My beautiful pile number 3. And I am so excited to read this for you. Because, not because you're the last means that you're at least. Okay? So, let's see what it is that the universe wants for you and is happening and was happening to you in the 24 hours to 24 days. Leading cards. There you go. Whoop, there's one wanted to come out. And then, you know, I'm gonna grab this one because for some reason it stayed there when I was grabbing it, so let's just leave it there. And it's a jellyfish. Oh, and it's illuminating. I like this reading. I mean, I like all the readings. Okay, so now let's see. For so far, how all of the readings before has happened is, first of all, they're completely far from each other. So if you come from all of the powers before, I will gladly appreciate you to take this with a grain of salt and do not stay. I know it sounds ridiculous. Hello, Luna, this gives you more views. Yeah, I know. But the thing here it is, majority of my readings are, in the pick a card readings, are majority of the time are not related at all. They are far away from each other and confusing if you try to unify them. So I'm just letting you know, if you stay, it is on your own risk. Okay, let's start. So the only thing that has in common is that this side of the reading with this oracle, with this tarot read cards, are talking a lot about your past and what it is that you're getting out of and what it is that you're becoming and why it is that you're becoming something new, or what it is that is arriving in your life new from 24 hours and 24 days. So that's the only steady thing that has been happening. And we have here, first of all, the King of Wands, and we have here Orion and impulsiveness. So you're a very impulsive person, apparently. Let me just not jump ahead. Music. I just heard that's not it at all. Okay. Trust North. Stay true to yourself. Yeah, they just confirmed to me that. And then okay, now I'm understanding more. Oh, wow, the King of Wands. You are attached to wands, first of all. Magic. You're a very, very huge manifestator. Rather positive or not positive in your life, but it doesn't matter what it is that you do in your life, it manifests. It could be good, it can be negative, but it manifests. And you're very strongly powerful with this. Now, the King of Wands and then the Queen of Wands. Exuberance. Cassiopeia. Okay. So, the Chariot. Willpower. Okay, got it. Vitality. Okay. Full moon upside down. Harvest time. The new Nine of Wands upside down. We have a dragon here. And then we have here the Three of Swords. Heartbreak. Okay, so first of all, for some reason, some of you, because we have music in here, we have 37, which is aligned with creation and, being crafty and all of that. And then we have trust through north, and then stay true to yourself. And then we have jellyfish, which is one of the most powerful animals on the sea, because, and we're talking about spirituality, not in the physical world, but into the spirituality, because they have the power to electrify anybody that touches the wrong area. They also have the power to be transparent, which is very good for they can camouflage when they want to hide. But then the other huge part is that they also can have the power to glow. So they can turn the light off or turn it on. They can be becoming a very powerful light, or completely turn it off. And that's what the universe is saying. And that makes so much sense that this is what I felt to stay, because they've fallen here in the beginning. Because you're a talented person. I don't know if you're a writer, writer or musician or painter, artist. I heard, oh dang it, I heard the word and it went away. Engineer, which creates different options for people in life, and all of this stuff. But you're a creator in any how way, okay? And the thing here is that you have done this. First of all, one, it could be, because remember, this is a general reading, it could be, or you have done this for others, which means corporate, other businesses, other companies, other people, and not put on yourself your own talent, your own muse, your own alignment, your own desires, and completely abandon them, which makes sense for the full moon to be upside down, and also to have vitality as I keep forgetting the name, as the bridge. So the bridge, it is your vitality, because you have it, you create, you do, but it doesn't fulfill you. It doesn't make you happy. You have the gift and you use it, but not the way that you want it, not the way that you desire. And the way that you're using it right now is not resilient with who you are, and not your passion, your true passion. So it is telling me you're coming from this planet, I heard. That's weird. Well, nothing is weird, but I feel very weirdly drunk. You're gonna get drunk of blessings of creating. You're gonna get in the zone, so much so that you'll feel created drunk. That's what I heard, and I just said that and it went away, like the feeling. So this is exactly what you've been having and doing and handling and just going through when it comes to your personal or career life. For some reason or another, you've been holding back your gifts, your creative mode, your artistic self, your genius mode, like your expression mode, okay? If we can call it that. Now, from that energy, and then we have here the Two of Swords, and it was upside down, and then you felt that that was something that you were never gonna end doing. Like, you were never gonna stop doing this the way that you're doing it, because life been throwing you some piles of shush, and you used to feel like there was no other option but this is just an extra thing that I can do, even if I'm amazingly crazy, ridiculously good at it. But I don't know, life is not giving me tomatoes right now, it's just giving me leaves. So and then we have the Tower upside down. Moments have ended. Justice, because I forgot that we have the Justice card here. This has been an energy blockage, attack of low frequencies that didn't want you to, okay, I am channeling right now very strongly. This has been an energy attack shift frequency that has been stopping you from doing this passion that you have so much, from stopping you from doing this dream that you have had since forever, or maybe since you were a child. And it has been always a thing in your life that, or rather, stops you for continue pursuing it, or stops you from pursuing it the way that you want to, or simply doesn't give you time enough to pursue it, to complete it, to finally achieve it. And it's always been something in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. And it is not something that you have, because of the frequency that you used to be and the mindset that you used to be, you didn't saw any opportunities anywhere. But now you're having this awakening. Now you're realizing many stuff. Now you're doubting many stuff that you used to believe before. And now you're having this awakening in your soul and in your life. And you're seeing more opportunities now. You're seeing wiggling moments where you can wiggle a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there in order to do this. And by doing this, so you're feeding more and more this energy right here. You're turning your light on. And it's not that bright yet, but it will. It will be bright. It will be very bright, because the universe said enough interfering with one of our, most beautiful creators, because we're all creators in the end of the day. Seven of Cups. And then you become, and this is interesting because this is the tower upside down, and then she's inside of a tree, which it looks like the tower from from Rapunzel. That's what it came to my head for a second. And it seems like she's grabbing something or letting go of something. What is this? Yeah, oh no, she's grabbing a star. So you were meant to be a star. Okay. And there's a bunch of stars coming for her, because this also looks like I have a star right here. You see it right there? Beautiful car, by the way. And you can see there is pouring upside down blessings for you. And then we have here the King of Cups. Of course you have the King of Cups, because you're a King of Cups. You are now ready to make it happen. Now you're not finding any problem on the way. It doesn't matter if anything looks like it's a problem for other people's eyes, and it will be a huge deal for you to not supposedly continue for other people's eyes, and maybe for the old you will be, should it be that. But because you transform yourself, you're becoming a brand new self. You're having a huge awakening in your life right now. There's just no obstacles any longer for you. You're gonna make it happen. And there's nothing on the way. And even if it's just 5 minutes to dedicate it to this thing that you want so badly, that you were meant to do, by the way, because it's gonna make a change on the world. You're here to make the change in the world. What type of change, I have no clue, but it's a beautiful change, because you bring justice to humanity and to planet Earth and to existence itself. This is beautiful. You're a very special soul. Oh God, this is gorgeous. The Eight of Swords. You're literally being protected. That's enough of being interfering with your energy and with your purpose. Oh my God. We have the Hanging Man, and it went right here in the middle. So let's leave it as another bridge. You just heard a bridge between these right here that you used to be, and you needed to, the life that happened to you torn you upside down so much so that is flipping everything. And now you're like, wait a second, I feel more protected than ever. Even when others say, what are you talking about? Yesterday this happened to you. I don't know, yesterday you cut a finger. I have no clue, but you're like, yeah, but it could have been the hand. And you're now just seeing positive behind everything. Positive, positive, positive. You're not allowing anybody to turn your positivity away. You're finding positivity behind the negativity of situations that others pursue as a negative, or negative pursuing from others. Okay. We have here the Six of Pentacles. Oh my God. You're now finally, I heard, you're finally picking up the fruits of your labor. And you will say, what labor? I haven't done almost half of the things that I was meant here to do, or I haven't even have started this yet. The labor of fighting against an energy that it was holding you purposely. Lower frequencies, lower energies, lower and dark entities holding you from your purpose. Not because you have created a karmic decisions in other lives or this lifetime to make you pay it. No, 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 no. Because I heard you're one of the kindest persons that are in this reading. You're picking up finally the fruits of your labors. What labor? That any single time that you had an opportunity, you tried it. That every single time that you tried it, something stopped you, but you still have the hope to one day create it. That you're still alive, that you didn't quit, that you didn't decide to shift out of this planet. The fruits of your labors, it is giving birth without fear and having faith and believing that from now on everything is good for you. Oh, the Hermit. Oh, the Hermit. You're literally going to be in so much peace. You're going to see magic. The Six of Wands upside down. I want clarification for the Six of Wands. Okay, one very fast. Seven of Swords. Oh, we have more in here. Ace of Wands. The Ten of Pentacles upside down. You've also been through a very difficult financial life. And if you haven't, then you have been a very difficult like people life. Like you surround yourself with a lot of toxic people, chaotic people, you know, that drains you, draining energy. Okay, if it's not drain of your financial world, then it's drain of energy and people and just livelihood. And then you have the Page of Pentacles. So you're leaving behind all of that. The universe wants you, they want you to very, very much hear this. They want you to pay attention to this for some reason. They wanted to over clarify this. You need to trust that this is happening for you, that you are worthy, that everything that you have thought about, it is meant for you, because it wouldn't been meant for you if you don't thought about it. If you never have this thought about anything that you desire, it's because you have not been meant to be. Whatever else that you have never thought about, it's because it's not meant for you. Everything that you have desire and you have felt any or like obsession, like a healthy obsession of becoming something, having something, being somewhere, going somewhere, creating something, being a change. I heard fame. It doesn't matter. It came into your head because you're that in the future, because you were meant to be that. Okay? So, we have two more cards in here. Okay, and we have the Five of Cups upside down. They really want you to remember that you're leaving behind the poverty of anything that you imagine. It could be poverty of financial, it can be poverty of people. And they want to clarify it because we have here also the judgmental card. And it is very important to you to know there's no more allowing treason in your life. No more chaos in your life. And when you see it coming, you are going to cut it. See? You're going to cut it. And you're like, you didn't touch me. Go away. There's nothing to do with me. You're not allowing it any longer in your life. You have protection. Again, they keep repeating. You need to trust it. Every step that you're taking as a King of Cups, of Seven of Cups, as a Justice, you're literally are being this new creation, this new fair life. And it's just beautiful that you need to, it is beautiful how much they want you to remember this. they keep going into the past. You need to leave the past in the past, I heard. You need to leave the past in the past. Remember this, and I heard, okay? Remember this. The people that you left behind, that you're sure F, they're not coming back. And if they do, you're not going to receive them. You know this with faith and power and security. There's no new ones that are going to come like them. First of all, because there's nobody like anybody. Each of us are unique in our own unique way. Each of us are our own energy, our own frequency, our own mind, our own world. We all have perspectives of our world with our only eyes. So any single other person that arrives in your life now is just to remind you to recognize energies and to shift them away. Recognize this red flag, goodbye. Recognize this other red flag, goodbye. But now, if it comes to a personal level, don't try to be digging into trying to recognize something, because sometimes, because the frequency that you're attracting right now is the frequency that you are aligned with, which means that the past frequency in the past, you're no longer that frequency. You're not attracting that type of frequency that it was very low before. Now you're attracting this frequency that you're receiving, which is a fair frequency. Right now, you're going to receive people that are going through the same frequency as you are. So if there's healing to have, then you're going to become frequency of healing, and you're going to attract frequency of healing. If you are still not a sure person, not secure of yourself, you don't trust yet a lot, you still have doubts, you're going to receive that type of frequency. You're going to align yourself with this type of frequency. So this type of people are going to arrive, but it doesn't mean that they are bad. It means they're also learning from the same process. They're also in the same frequency of learning and growing and elevating and like going up and up and up in their frequency level. So the universe is saying that. And then we have here the Sun card. When you finally let that go, that mindset go of digging because it's just all no. When you let that go and you understand that every single step that arises in your life, it's okay to let go if it needs to, and it's okay to stay if it needs to, if it's not hurting you and it's teaching you something and it is legit with all beauty and heart of the other end, not intentionally harming, and you can see that this person's or situation recognized that it was wrong, and it comes back and says, hey, let's learn more. What you were thinking? It gives you the time to speak. It gives you the moment to understand and to learn from each other and to grow from each other. It could be relationship, it could be friendship, it could be businesses, it could be anything. Because we all share the same brain, the same view. So it can be anything. So when you become that in your life, you understand that anything that it goes in your life is or meant to stay for a bit, or to go, or just to stay forever. Like childs, you know? And if even they, protecting the energy of protection, but even if they go before us, it doesn't matter, because their soul, their memories are still with us, and we learn from it, we love from it, we grow from it, we became from it. Always. And then we have the beautiful Queen of Swords, which is protection again, glory and power and beauty, and this came like this. So this Six of Cups is now the new bridge that you're going to. You're creating a balance in your life of blessings and abundance, and you're being empowered. You're being light. You're becoming that light that you've been looking for so much. And I heard that emptiness that it used to be in your soul, it no longer happens, because you're feeding who you truly are, which becomes the true feeling of it. And we have the King of Pentacles upside down. Why we have the King of Pentacles upside down? Because now you're not doubting. I heard. I'm not taking it as the King of Pentacles. I'm taking it as I receive the placement of that beautiful image. And he looks sad holding a beautiful empowerment. And no longer gonna be that for you. Now you're proud of it. Now you don't think that you needed to work hard for it, because he is also well known because he works very hard for everything. And now you don't need to work that hard from all of the blessings that you wanted to have. And if you see, you're going over it. You have this little line in here that is the part that it is to let it go. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. Be a river. The water of the river is never destroyed, ever. Will never be destroyed. And then the Two of Cups. Union with your own higher self. That's what's happening for you from the 24 hours from now to 24 days. Congratulations. You're becoming. You're transforming. You're reborn. You're going through a rebirth. A rebirth. Congratulations, my love. I am very honored to be reading this reading for you. You're going to do magnificent things. You're going to help so much without even intentionally doing so, because you're going to start helping yourself first so much that it will be contagious. And then from there, it just gets contagious to help others, and others will help themselves as much as you help yourself. This is beautiful, and I'm very proud of you. See you the next time. Let's comment down below a beautiful jellyfish or a musical instrument, and subscribe. Don't forget to like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.